Hello, I'm Andrew Rainey and welcome to Crowdfund This, where I'll be looking at some of the best video game crowdfunding projects currently looking for pledges, including meditative pixel art indie gem Mist Monkey, fast and frenetic 2D platformer Super Ember KABOOM, undead point and click adventure Surviving the Humans, gorgeous narrative RPG WHALEFALL, 2D hand-drawn Metroid adventure SHYFTRS, cinematic mystery game CRADLEMOOR, and action-orientated dungeon crawler Into the Dark. Before I jump into the games on this episode, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed so far and followed Crowdfund This on social media. I love being able to share these awesome crowdfunding projects with you and help bring the developers a little bit more exposure. So please hit the subscribe button and like and share the video, so hopefully more people will see it. Now there are hundreds of games looking for your donations and pledges, and I'm going to try and squeeze in as many as I can. As always, I'll be looking at the games in order of how long they have left, starting with the shortest. So let's jump in. Mist Monkey is a game that thinks out of the box. Rather than wait for a player to finish the game before they can wander aimlessly in the game's world, free from the burden of completion, Mist Monkey starts at this endpoint. Players take control of the Mist Monkey as they wander and explore a pixel world not dissimilar to Hyper Light Drifter. In fact, it looks to play much the same as well, without the frenetic battles with enemies, because the point here is to take it slow and discover the wisdom of the Great Monkey. The standout feature here is the experience itself. You embark on a pilgrimage to meet the Great Monkey, and through the journey you can get lost and discover the world around you. While it still features the game mechanics you might expect, developer and visual artist Alexander Clinthorne is hoping that you don't feel the addictive nature of collecting things and beating bosses. That's not the point. The point here is to chill out and have a good time. There's even a meditative button so you and the Mist Monkey can meditate in harmony with the game's serene music. If you want something original that is a different change of pace from most other games, then you should definitely consider giving Mist Monkey a look. The game is a passion project of Alexander's, and we see that a lot on Kickstarter, but Alexander's story of how he came to create the Mist Monkey is very moving and definitely one you should read for yourself. If you're just looking for a copy of the game, a pledge of $5 will nab you a digital version on Windows or Mac with a due date of December 2022. You'll also get your name in the secret ending credits. If you're looking for some awesome extras to go along with the game, check out the $30 digital bundle tier, where you get the game, soundtrack, meditation book and a handwritten note of thanks. If you have money to burn and really want to show Alexander some support, the $500 tier lets you become a non-playable character in the game. This is limited to 10 lucky backers, so be quick. There is also a final tier of $5,000 where your likeness will be used as the Great Monkey in the game. You can even write some of the dialogue, but no sweary words. Super Ember KABOOM is a stylish and colourful pixel platformer that is a perfect blend of Celeste, Mega Man and Super Mario World if they were all on speed. The story sees an ancient demon king called Grimoire capture some elemental spirits. Without their protection, dangerous monsters start appearing and the world is thrown into chaos. Players take the role of Ember, a daring fox who is the only one who can stop Grimoire's evil plan. Honestly, this game is gorgeous. The comparison to Super Mario World is wholly justified here, as the game looks the perfect balance of challenge and fun. The level designs are great and there are a whole host of collectibles and powers to collect as well, not to mention some nifty boss fights. Super Ember KABOOM comes from indie developer Joshua Koenig, and this is what crowdfunding is all about, allowing solo developers to show off their talent and get some funding to finish their game. With the game looking in great shape already, I'd love to see what Josh can do with some extra funds and a bit of time to polish it. Now there are only 2 reward offers with Super Ember KABOOM. For $5 you can get a digital copy of the game with a special thanks, while for $15 you can get the game plus access to a special in-game ability only available for Kickstarter backers. Death is just the beginning of another adventure in Surviving the Humans, a classic 2D point and click adventure from Surprised Monkey Studio. You take control of Cooper, a zombie who has clawed his way out of his grave into the hell that was the 1980s. Trust me, I'm old enough to remember it. So begins his journey as we learn what it is to be a zombie and to deal with prejudice from the very alive bumbag-toting humans. Fans of point-and-click adventures games will know what to expect. You'll navigate the world, exploring multiple locations across 4 acts, collecting items to solve puzzles and occasionally take part in some fun mini-games. The comedy horror of this game is very reminiscent of classic point-and-click games like Full Throttle, Grim Fandango and Monkey Island. Essentially this is what you would get if LucasArts had ever done a video game based on the Addams Family. The hand-drawn graphics really evoke a sense of nostalgia for these games. It also utilises some nice horror tropes with grainy imagery and darkened rooms, all using Unreal Engine. Honestly, the cool t-shirt alone is worth the price of admission here, but it's great to see a small studio tackling a niche subgenre that deserves a resurgence. It promises unique puzzles that you have to use Cooper's decaying limbs and body to solve, plus voice acting in English and other languages supported in text form if it hits its stretch goal of $15,000. Now, if you're just looking for a copy of the game on PC or Mac, then you'll need to pledge $15 or more. This also gets your name in the credits. There are a couple of merch tiers to look at. The digital rewards start at $30 and include a digital copy of the soundtrack and some A4 printable pages. If you fancy that t-shirt that I mentioned earlier, plus 2 copies of the game for you and a friend, then pledge at least $60 or more. If you want to earn the title of best backer in the whole world, then pledge $250 to receive that credit in the game, plus a 50% discount on future games made by Surprise Monkey Studio. WHALEFALL is a narrative RPG that takes place in the ancient fantasy world of Ozfeld, where roving gentle beasts roam the skies. When a whale comes to the end of its life, its body falls to the depths of the Balean wastes, where battles ensue over its valuable remains. However, an evil queen has decided to speed up this process and developed a weapon capable of shooting the whales out of the sky. Players take the role of Cody, head of the Riverwatch, who must recruit friends to destroy the weapon and restore order to Ozfeld. The game utilises a mix of 2 fighting styles, mixing the turn-based combat of JRPGs with military tactical combat in a hex-based battlefield. It also has a mix of graphical styles, with the main gameplay in classic 3D, while the cutaways and character development screens are done in more of a traditional 2D hand-drawn animation style. How well this will work, I don't know, but both look equally gorgeous on their own. WHALEFALL promises a narrative adventure with a fully fleshed out story and 10 hours of dialogue, spread across dozens of unique characters. There are over 30 locations to explore as well, with a number of different magical races to meet along the way. If you're just looking for a copy of the game, then you'll need to pledge at least $20 or more. This also gets you your name in the credits plus access to the private Discord channel. There are several tiers that have some rewards, but the sweet spot for me is the $90 officer tier, which not only includes early access to the game, but also a digital art book, soundtrack, plus 2 enamel pins and a whole host of stickers as well. If you have money to burn, check out the $1,000 Commander tier. It's limited to just 5 backers and it comes with all previous rewards, plus a t-shirt, plushie and world map. But that's not all. You also get to design a character for the game and write their dialogue, hang out with the developers and receive your own animated character portrait. SHYFTRS is a 2D hand-drawn Metroidvania game that has some major Hollow Knight vibes, thanks to its gorgeous animation and mostly subterranean setting. The game and main character jump between 2 parallel worlds named Icarus and Essos. You'll need to explore the myths and legend of these lands to uncover the mysteries of your lineage as you try to reunite with your parents. Along the way, you'll battle ancient creatures, solve puzzles, and explore several different environments. Hollow Knight was one of my favourite games from the last few years, so I welcome any game that is similar in scope and design. That said, SHYFTRS is bringing some new mechanics and ideas, with more of a steampunk style, as well as a whole myth structure to revel in. Metroidvania is often a saturated genre, especially on Kickstarter, but every now and again a game comes along that looks and feels fresh. Fans of the genre should definitely check this out, as it promises a challenging yet fun experience with fluid controls and fast action combat. If you just want a copy of the game, there is an early bird tier for the first 300 backers, where you can get it for 25 New Zealand dollars, which works out roughly around £15. If you pledge 60 New Zealand dollars, you will get the game plus a whole host of digital goodies, including the world map and the soundtrack, plus exclusive game development updates. SHYFTRS top tier is set at 2,000 New Zealand dollars, which is about £1,055. You get all previous rewards, plus you get to design your very own boss. This is limited to only 3 backers though, so be very quick. CRADLEMOOR is an interactive full motion video game similar to Telling Lies and Erica. Most of the game takes place on a virtual desktop computer where you work your way through documents, photos, audio and visual evidence in order to solve the mystery of a TV crew who vanished in the fictional town of CRADLEMOOR in 2013. It's inspired by the likes of Twin Peaks and promises a multi-layer narrative with more than one mystery to solve. The ambitious game comes from British actor and filmmaker Ben Tallamy. It's already received support from Arts Council England, with a lot of the footage from the game already shot with a cast and crew from Devon. This small and dedicated team is now turning to Kickstarter to get some additional funds to finish the game and help reach a wider audience. I really like the idea of the game, and this is what crowdfunding is great for, helping unique projects find their voice and audience. It's obviously been difficult to complete this game during the last 2 years due to the pandemic, so it would be really great if they could reach their funding goal and give them that last push to the finish line. For a copy of the game plus early access to the beta build, you're looking at a pledge of £15 or more. You'll also receive a credit as an official playtester. If you want to get your hands on the limited physical version of the game on a mysterious USB drive which mirrors the game's content, then pledge £45 or more. This is limited to 100 people, and you'll even get a certificate of authenticity along with it. The top tier is £3,500 and comes with a ton of cool stuff. You'll get a replica of the dossier of evidence from the game and an exclusive t-shirt. You'll also receive a producer credit and get the chance to feature in the game itself. Lastly, we have Into the Dark, an action-orientated dungeon crawler that reminds me a lot of Hexen and Heretic, which ran on the old Doom engine. Into the Dark is itself a remake of an older game from developer Greg Zielinski, built on a custom open source gaming engine called Titan. There's a lot of cool features here, so I'd urge you to read through the full project. For me, it offers different playing modes, so you can battle through a 16-level hand-designed dungeon, or you can fight through random computer-generated levels as well. Another cool feature are the pets. Each hero has a pet, and there is a lot of companions to choose from that will help you battle the hundreds of monsters the game throws at you. One last feature which I just thought was brilliant is the ability to change the graphical style of the game. You can switch between realistic, drawn or cartoon, which makes the game characters all look so cute and turns the gore off, making it a little bit more kid friendly. Most of all, it is coming to the Switch. I would back this simply to applaud the amount of work and level of ambition that Greg has for this game. With 20 years of expertise behind him, I believe he has the skill and determination to get this game made. He's also looking to incorporate a VR mode, which would just be mind-blowing. For a copy of the game, you're looking at a pledge of 33 New Zealand dollars, which is about £18. This is an early bird offer for the first 50 backers. After that, it goes up to 37 New Zealand dollars. There is not much merchandise on offer, but higher pledges will get early access to the game and your name in the credit, so if that's of interest to you, check them out. If you have 14,000 New Zealand dollars to burn, that's about £7,400, then you can get a whopping 10 copies of the game, early access, your name in the top credits, a direct line to the developer and an exclusive title on the game forum. That's all from me. As always, I'll be keeping an eye on the progress of all the projects I've shown and helping them out by spreading the word on Twitter @AndrewRainey and @crowdfund_this. So please come follow me, share the video links and spread the word even further. If you can help out these developers, then please click on the project link in the comments to give them a pledge. If you cannot afford to donate, I'm sure they would appreciate it if you would share the link to their project across all of your social media channels. Remember, if you love crowdfunding and video games as much as I do and want to hear about exciting new campaigns, hit the subscribe and the alert button. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest video gaming news and previews and read some exciting interviews with game developers, then check out my good friends over at warpzoned.com. Until next time.